Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful night. So today we're talking about Crazy Taxi. Now back at the Game Awards, Sega confirmed that they're working on a new Jet Set Radio game and Crazy Taxi. They likely saw the massive success of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk and decided, you know what, let's revive these older titles that fans have been asking for a while. Now if you don't know what Crazy Taxi is, it's a cult classic that a lot of people enjoy. It's an arcade taxi simulator. Basically you deliver NPCs from point A to point B and you were rewarded with extra tips in the arcade mode based on stunts, drifting, and a lot of just crazy shenanigans along with how fast you were going. So it was generally a good game. A lot of people enjoyed it. The Dreamcast is notorious for its arcade games, but now a lot of people are questioning about the game with this new leaked report. New Crazy Taxi game will be a live service with a 100-person survival mode, it's claimed. Now, I don't think this is a bad idea. I think a 100-person survival mode seems like a really good idea for a Crazy Taxi game. You get 100 players on a map, and players have to deliver an alarming amount of NPCs. And they can put NPCs into the game and make it like if the first person to get to that NPC gets that fare, and if you weren't quick enough, you don't get it. It's like a actual taxi business. I think that would be a really cool idea. So I'm not totally against this. This actually does complement the whole gameplay motif of Crazy Taxi. So let's read the article. Last year, during the Game Awards, Sega revealed a showcase of titles that are in development or being remade, such as Jet Set and Crazy Taxi. It was subsequently revealed that the team is working on a new Crazy Taxi title, and it's slated to be a AAA game. Now a leaker by the name of Midori has put a string of posts on social media claiming that some outlandish things about the new title. Now you can still be a AAA game and have like a live service model. I think people are too harsh on live service because of, there are a lot of crappy live service out there, such as when Marvel's Avengers launched, the recent Suicide Squad, but there are good live service games. Like Fortnite is a great live service game. Apex Legends is a good live service game. Warframe, great live service game. And yeah, even though Destiny 2 is like the worst that it's ever been, it was a good live service game. Like, I love The Witch Queen, so it can be done correctly. It's just that people get greedy or they try to take advantage of their players by, using certain things such as the Marvel IP in order to trick players with a boring game concept, or in the case of Suicide Squad, using the Arkhamverse as basically their plaything. But in this situation, I think it would work. It was said that the new Crazy Taxi game will have a live service with a 100-person survival mode, and that the inspirations for the game, they misspelled the, I guess this article is really written fast, are Grand Theft Auto Online and Fortnite. Now, again, not really against this idea. These are very successful live services. Grand Theft Auto Online is a live service. It's very successful, very fun. A lot of people enjoy it despite it being broken to hell. It is what it is, and Fortnite is a wonderful live service game that a lot of people point to as being massively successful, both financially and among the community. Generally, people do like Fortnite. Now, like I stated, this might work for Crazy Taxi. Like, you release it as a free-to-play game and just add maps in the way of microtransactions, new racers, and stuff like that. I think that would work. I think that's a good idea. Or they can do what Helldivers is doing right now, where they have a box title. It comes with a array of maps, characters, etc., like any other Crazy Taxi game, along with the survival mode, and then they charge for future updates, or they provide the updates for free, but then charge for cosmetic microtransactions. It's just the way things are now with games. It's expected, but I do think that it would work for a game like Crazy Taxi, but at the same time, the IP is so niche that it probably won't be as successful, because we see how easily live service games die, considering how many of them are out there, and most people can only dedicate themselves to one live service game. So there's an array of factors that go here. I think the best idea they can do is release it as a box title and then add new content in the way of paid content, and whoever wants to pay for it pays for it. Like, a traditional game like, Borderlands 2, where they released post-launch content for a price, or The Witcher 3. I think that would actually be much more ideal. Release the game, $50, $60, and just do that. We weren't expecting that. On Twitter, Midori posted a few juicy tidbits about the in-development Crazy Taxi title that has been subject to ongoing discussion in recent days. It was claimed that the remake is on the way. Oh, so it's a remake, okay. And it'll launch alongside a new live service game with elements that will make it competitive in the modern market. I mean, you don't need to be competitive in the modern market. Just make it a good Crazy Taxi game. Stay faithful to what players of this game want, and you'll sell a decent array. And once, like, here's what you do: you make the game loyal to its original mechanics. You maybe take some risks there, but remain loyal to the original mechanics. And once you get that initial audience, they'll start telling other people about it, and usually you'll get new fans who are like, I heard my favorite streamer or my family member or friend was playing this game, maybe I should check it out. Positive reviews do generate more people getting interested in the game, even if they're not really interested in that genre. Like for me with Baldur's Gate 3, I like dark fantasy, but I don't like top-down games, but it was so appealing based on everything everyone was saying. I was gifted the game, but still I'm playing it, and I'm really much enjoying it. Which, by the way, my file got corrupted. I don't know if anyone else was dealing with that. I play on Xbox, so maybe. I don't know if that's an issue for anyone else. But yeah, that was really sucky. So this is the series of tweets that they're talking about. Yes, it was modeled after a AAA service game such as Fortnite. There are plans for the live service events, collaboration, and customization. The current plan is to create a live service, games as a service reboot, as well as a remake of the original Crazy Taxi. So, judging what this guy's saying, it's that they're going to have two versions. The remake, which is going to be loyal to the original game, and a brand new live service version, which I think would be counterintuitive because you're splitting your market at that point. Even if it's a free-to-play game, it's still splitting it. I think if you just combine this, maybe that's what he's saying. Not sure. There is a survival mode with up to 100 racers in the games as a service reboot plan. Fortnite and GTA Online are some of the main inspirations for the current Sega Super game plan. Sega wants to be competitive in a live service scene and use classic IPs in a new way with new technologies. I mean, that's not an entirely bad idea with Crazy Taxi. It's a niche franchise. You want to try new things. But I really think that if you just make it loyal to its original franchise, then it will just be, people will like it for what it is. But I can also understand from a game company, but I like Crazy Taxi. The only game I did play was on the Dreamcast. I didn't play any other future installments, but I liked it. So I think if you just remain loyal to those mechanics that made it such a hit, people will buy it. Both Crazy Taxi and Jet Set are live service games. Oh, Jet Set as well? Oh my god. Jet Set, I don't think that would work as a live service. That was at its core a single player adventure where you went through a series of different maps and it had a story. So that is a live service game? That doesn't really make sense to me. That are having remakes before the reboot's release. Jet Set is closer in gameplay to Fortnite than Crazy Taxi, and there are shooting elements oh my god. Please don't do that. Jet Set Reboot has graffiti and shooting gameplay, an open world concept with exploration as focus. There are new characters and story too. Oh god, please no. Look, I don't know how much of this is true. Let's see this person's account. October 2022, so it's not a brand new account. That's a good green flag, I guess. But, I mean, it doesn't seem like they're writing in Japanese, so, I'm not going to translate all of this, but at the same time, they don't seem like a credible account for, like, leaks and all this. This is the first time I've heard of this type of account, but I don't know how much Sega would do something like that. Like, Sega's been pretty faithful when it comes to their IPs, at least with Sonic they have been. Even with the Sonic Frontiers being slightly more questionable. Like, Sonic Frontiers plays more like a platformer than a Sonic game, so I don't know how much of that I believe. It's a little, up there. It was claimed that the remake is on its way, and it will launch alongside a new live service game with elements. I already read that. It's also referenced that this will be the case for Jet Set Radio, which will also receive a remake of its own, but securing a live service reboot and an exclusive reveal. Midori claimed that the reboot will be featuring shooting elements. Also, we just read this on his primary source. The Jet Set Radio thing just seems so utterly ridiculous because that game was never about guns. Like, yeah, you had the police detectives who would shoot at you, but it was never about that. It was always about rival gangs tagging various different areas and facing each other, and well, you would spray painting them, and the way combat worked, it was actually pretty wacky. You would run around the environment doing wacky stunts on skates, and you would tag the NPCs, the rival gangs, in your own graffiti markers. It was freaking awesome. Like, Jet Set Radio Future was so cool. It was so awesome, but the gun thing just doesn't fit well with the whole motif of the gang system, so I don't know how this will work, but overall, Crazy Taxi might work. So what do you think about all this? Tell me in the comments below. Like, dislike, choose your own direction, but overall, I don't know how I feel about this. The Crazy Taxi thing I'm pretty okay with, but the Jet Set Radio, no, I'm not okay with this. And chances are, if they do screw that up, people will just play the new game from the creator, I think it was from the creator, but it's from definitely one of the head people who made Jet Set Radio. But this game has been seeing very positive reception, so if they make extreme changes like that, like add guns to Jet Set Radio, guaranteed people are just going to play this instead. But again, tell me what you think in the comments below. Like, dislike, your choice. That's it for me. Bye.